Hello everyone, welcome to episode number 25 of my horror game tutorial series. So in this tutorial I'm going to show you how to bring our little enemy guy right here to chase us. And let's go to the play mode and see what we're going to do. So if I go into play mode, you can see he starts walking towards us, and if I walk away he starts following us again, and he will stop after a certain distance. Okay, so I hope you will enjoy this episode, and I will see you after the intro. Okay, so now we're inside of the Unity editor, and let's start by first selecting our little enemy ghoul right here, and then in the inspector let's add a few components. So the first component we need is a collider. So again, we have a lot of choices here. Generally speaking, the best choice for a humanoid character like this is a capsule collider. So click on the capsule collider and you can see a capsule collider appeared. Right now it looks like a sphere, but don't worry, we're going to fix this. So first change the height to somewhere around 1.7 and then bring the center up a little bit around here, and then decrease the radius so that it's more in line with the build of our character. So it doesn't matter that he is standing not in a straight line, so don't worry about the head right here. This looks good. So the next component we need is something called a NavMesh agent. So this is used for Unity's built-in pathfinding. This will make our lives a lot easier because scripting a zombie AI, which this is going to be a lot easier than scripting all the pathfinding ourselves. So let's start adjusting our NavMesh agent. The first thing we need to change is the radius. So let's change the radius to 0.3. and then decrease the height, so 1.75, it looks good to me. Okay, now that we have set this up, we don't have to set those variables up right now. We could probably change the quality of our pathfinding. Since this is our only enemy in this level, we can set it to high quality. But if you develop for mobile, or if you have many enemies like in Left 4 Dead, or I don't know, or you have a weak computer, you can also change it to low quality or medium quality. But for this scene, I'm going to use high quality, and this assures that we have the best pathfinding possible. Okay, so now the next thing we need to add is a NavMesh. So let's go to Window and go to navigation, and this window will open up. It may be somewhere in the middle right here or docked to another tab. Just grab it and bring it next to the inspector. Okay, so go to the Bake tab, and here you can see here are a few possible settings we can change. So for example, the agent radius. What we're going to do is we go to the inspector and grab the radius of our enemy and just paste it in there. And we're also going to do the same thing for the height. So grab it and paste it in there. And then you can adjust things like, for example, the max slope. So on what angle can the enemy still walk on, or the step height if you have a terrain which is irregular and has a lot of bumps in it. You can change the step height to make sure that the enemy can also walk on there. Okay, so now if you click on Bake, you can see nothing really happens except this thing right here, but ignore that for a moment. What we have to do is we have to go to our apartment right here, and in the inspector click on Static and then click Yes, Change Children. So now everything inside of there will be marked as static. So if you go back to navigation and now click bake, you can see this blue plane appeared. And this is our NavMesh, so the enemy can walk on everything which is blue, and he can't walk on things that are not blue, so the enemy, for example, can't walk into this wall. So as you can see, things like, for example, the table right here, or the table right here, or this thing right here, are also marked with this blue plane. This doesn't matter too much, because of the step height, the enemy is not able to walk onto this thing, but we can fix this. So what we do is we go back to the inspector, or actually we don't, we still are in the navigation tab. Then we select the couch or the sofa right here, go to object, and then right here where it says layer, so navigation area, change this to not walkable. And then we are going to do the same thing for the table right here, so it's not walkable. And for the desk right here, so grab it and it's not walkable. And we say yes, change children. And then we are going to bake the mesh again, the NavMesh. And now you can see the blue things disappeared, and the enemy cannot walk on top of this. So this is basically it for this tutorial, but we are going to add a very simple chasing script now. So go to our scripts and right click and create a new C# script and call this enemy underscore chase. Okay, and then open it up, and again Visual Studio will take a few moments to open up. Okay, so now Visual Studio has opened up, and now we can start writing the script. It's actually pretty easy to set up a very simple enemy AI script or a zombie script. So let's start by first making a reference to our NavMesh agent. So what we are going to say is we are going to have a private NavMesh agent, and we're going to call this my agent, and we're going to have a public transform, and we're going to call this transform target, and then save. And in the start we are going to apply the reference, so my agent is equal to get component, NavMesh agent. And now in update we just say my agent dot set destination, and now it wants a target, so we're going to put in target dot position and then semicolon, and that's it. So now if we select our enemy ghoul and go back to the inspector and apply the enemy chase script, we can apply the target. So let's grab our player. So where is it? Right here. So grab it and put it into target. And now if I press play, you can see, oops, the ghoul starts chasing us around. And as you can see, it bumps into us and moves us around, so we have to fix this. Let's go to the NavMesh agent. And right here where it says stopping distance, increase this to something like 0.5. And now if we play again, the enemy should stop, but it doesn't, so let's try increasing it a lot. So now as you can see, he doesn't start moving at all. So perhaps bring this down to 1. Okay, this is still not far enough, so perhaps 3. I'm sorry, I'm just playing around with the values right now. So 3 seems to be a good distance, perhaps a little bit narrower, so 2.5. And now if I play again, the enemy chases us until it's close enough, and then if we walk away, it chases us again. So we can also open up the door, and it will continue to chase us. So yeah, this is it for this tutorial. I hope you enjoyed this episode, and if you did, please leave a like and also consider subscribing to stay up to date. And don't forget to smile. So until next time, bye guys.